Now that's an intro.
Yeah, so it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Let us know what you think of the new intro. That's Tony's handiwork. Welcome to the Dream Team Tonic Deadline stream. You got myself and Tony joining you to answer your deadline questions. How you doing, Tony?
All good, mate. A little bit tired, but good morning. I'm looking forward to a weekend of football.
Yeah, still no black bags. You must be doing it right.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Got the
I'll get it by
sunshine,
4 weeks now.
sun shining on you.
Yeah, it is going to be a nice day.
Right, let's get straight into these questions. Before we start, drop a like on the video. Let us know that we're coming through loud and clear. Bit rusty on these deadline streams. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. It's good to get one. When you messaged the other day, I thought, yeah, got to try and time that.
Got to get it back going.
Time your baby feeds during the night to make sure that I'll be up for it.
Perfect. Yeah, drop a like on the video if you can, guys. Let's get into these questions. And one last thing as well. We've got a captaincy poll up, I think, on the top of the chat, if you can see that. Salah leading, 126 votes already. There must be a few of you watching, so smash that like. Salah is 62% leading the captaincy poll at the minute. Haaland 15, Bruno 10, and other 13. So if you're going other, let us know who you're thinking in the chat. That's a big slide, isn't it? Salah over Haaland. Where are you looking for the armband?
Oh, I mean, I've done Salah the last 2 weeks. It's cost me. Obviously, looking at that poll, and do I do Haaland this week? Go for the differential to try and capture them points back, but
no, you just know Salah will do you.
Yeah, he crossboarded me twice during the week. Could have evened it up this week, but yeah, caught me out. A few more tricks up my sleeve.
Just that Arsenal defence, isn't it? Too good.
It is bloody solid, isn't it? Really is doing well. We spoke about them being overpriced at like 5 and 6 million at the start of the season, but yeah,
I seriously thought they'd come down the way that they were priced so highly. It seems to always happen. One season someone does well, the next they're priced higher, the next they come back down. But was it one match they've not kept a clean sheet so far?
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot to thank for former Rovers player David Raya.
Oh yeah,
he's unreal, isn't he?
He's looks like a different player on the pitch and his face as well. We got the smashed up Raya, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. He used to be a good looking lad.
I don't care as long as he's keeping it out.
Yeah, he did. Right. He got his face needed reconstructing.
Yeah,
really nasty injury while playing at Rovers. Collision. I think he got someone's knee right through his head.
Horrible. Right, Joseph Lyons up first. De Bruyne for Duran, Rashford or Watkins? Your thoughts, please, guys. I'm thinking of playing Max Captain. I'm going to start off with your thoughts on Max Captain because a lot of talk about Max Captain this week.
He is. It's quite a powerful chip, Max Captain. And for that reason, I'd want to... I get why people are interested in using it because it really is a bit of a lottery this week for the captaincy. But a lot of these players are only going to play one game, which obviously minimises how much you can make out of that chip. If you do get lucky and you get someone that bangs and plays both games, it could work all right. But I'd rather use it in a doubler where I know that, say, 7 of the players are going to play 2 games and there's a chance that someone really does go off and you get that player. But I just think, although it might sort out your captaincy headache, I think you're not going to maximise the chip by using it this week. That's just my opinion.
It saves you a hard decision because, I think the main appeal is because we don't think that Salah or Haaland will start the second game.
Yeah.
But if the one that you don't captain does start it, then you start to get really worried. And I think that's especially if Haaland starts Watford, that is the big worry, I suppose. But I feel like this scenario could happen multiple times throughout the season potentially. So like we could get through this game, both teams go through, and both teams get another Carabao Cup draw. Are you gonna have? Then you haven't got the max captain. You're gonna have to at some point make this hard shout. I think.
Yeah, like I say, if you're using it just to take the pressure off who's captain between Salah and just in case one of them gets, I don't think that's a good reason to use it.
But if you think you've got loads of good doublers, then I think that's fine. Like if you've got a Bruno in your team, like could be a really good captain.
Yeah.
A Son, he's saying he might have Rashford, for example, playing twice. So you could even Duran could haul. So
I think that's right. You speak about the United and the Spurs players because we're looking at that as if they're safer doublers because they've got the European game, not a Carabao Cup game against. Well, obviously City have Watford, Arsenal have Bolton. Salah is probably the safer one because they've got Premier League, West Ham. So
position, yeah,
it's not for me, but I can see why people would want to use it just to take that headache away. Could pay off as well.
De Bruyne obviously had a bad week, could be injured, so he's looking at Duran, Rashford, or Watkins.
I like Watkins. I think he's been given the all clear to play this week, Annie. So
yeah,
he did have an ice pack on his foot. He's a good long-term option for you. Duran could be a cracking option, as we'll see in my team after, just for 1 week, because he's got to get 90 minutes in that cup game against Wickham. So
yeah, I think he does.
That he could haul. So he could come on against Wolves and do a bit of damage, and he should get 90 against Wickham. So I like the Duran option. Rashford, I'm not reading anything into that Barnsley game. He went quite heavy with the big hitters, and if you look at that United team compared to that Barnsley team, it was a little bit of a mismatch at home.
Yeah, confidence boost, but like
it is. But then don't detract away from the way that United have been playing the first 4 games of the season. So Rashford, I'd be staying clear of at the minute. Garnacho, obviously, nice cheap option, price rise, but yeah, out of them, I'd choose between Duran and Watkins.
I think I'd go Watkins for the longer term because then you've got Ipswich next week, and then they've got. But I know it's Bayern in the home Champions League fixture, but like you're not going to not play Watkins for Bayern. So
yeah,
good luck. Stop Online Hate says, "Come on, City." Our boy with the full City 11 would like to know if he's captain Haaland. I'm assuming he is. He's keeping KDB, otherwise he'd swap for Foden. And then there's his full City 11. Gundo captain, or was that Greenish captain?
I agree with that.
Delic or Pau Torres, Ashnan. I don't know if I think Delic's going to get 2 or not. I don't really know enough about him. All I know is has he had a bit of a sketchy injury past?
He's had a sketchy past. He's been around a bit already at his age. I think obviously the United having that European game that makes him for this week. If you're after maximising the fixtures, Delic's probably the option because Pau Torres, I'm guessing he's going to be rested for the cup game. So yes, 1 possible 2 for Delic, 1 for Torres.
And then what do you want the next? I guess the question is, what do you want the next week? Then could help. I was just looking. I mean, I don't think Pau Torres' the injury record is fantastic either. But
that's true.
Just had a look, and Delict missed 20 matches last season, so I wonder if they might take it and be a little bit careful with him. And then next week, Delict. I think he's got Spurs, and it's away Porto. That is a horrible game. Although Bayern is horrible too. I think I'd go Torres. I think I'd go Pau Torres, to be fair.
Yeah, was it 9 he scored midweek, Bayern?
Yeah. Is it a good week to go max captain, Monty? We answered that one, so we'll leave that. Owen Higgins, morning. He was nailed, but second guessing everything now. It's normal. Eventually, you just got to lock it in. Just got to lock it in and then trust yourself. Tom Fairburn, morning. Doing Son as 12th man today. Been looking at other game weeks and I can't see one that stands out. Now is as good as any. I'll answer this because I'm doing the same. I'm going.
Yeah.
And this is, I feel like it's very unlike me. I'm a bit of a careful player. I just got this feeling. I like the 2 home games. I think if Son gets Karabag, I think that's going to be a good one. You just mentioned Bayern scored 9 against Dynamo Zagreb, I think it was. And Dynamo Zagreb played Karabag in a qualifier and won 3-0 and 2-0. So I feel like if Spurs go full strength, they should do well there. But you're opening yourself up. I know I'm aware that I'm opening myself up to if he doesn't play Karabag, do I want Son as a 12th man against Brentford? All those projection pages have got Spurs scoring the second most goals this week.
Yeah.
So they trust it, but Brentford are a bit tricky. So
they are, but they know this, have they?
No.
Who is a massive outlet for them. He's played really well, obviously, since Tony went. I think Spurs do well.
I've got a feeling they're really high. They're doing really well for all the sort of chances created, the shot numbers and everything, but it just hasn't quite happened for them. So I'm hoping that it clicks. And I did the same as you. I looked at future weeks.
Yeah.
I see a good week, but then I'm like, oh, that's a goal bonus. I see a good week, and I'm like, that's a max captain. So yeah, I'm just going to go for it and hope it's a bit of a differential. And that sort of answers Jack's question as well. Do you think we're in trouble, or do you think that's a shout?
No, I like it. I like the Spurs attacking options this week. I think they will do Brentford, and then I think they go strong in that Karabag game as well, and got potential of more goals there.
There's been so much groaning and like around Ange, like why did you change it up so much for Coventry?
Yeah, so you might not want to make that mistake again in Europe.
Yeah, the pressure's on. He's been saying, I don't think I'll win a trophy every second season. I always win a trophy every second season. Well, if you're going to win the trophy, mate, you're going to have to put a good team out.
Yeah, definitely.
Michael, I'm going to ignore your comment about Son always letting you down. I don't want that. I don't want to see that. Tom Fairburn, Watkins in this week, plus Son as 12th man. Gaining traction. Nice Kitty. Who do I transfer in, Salah or Watkins? Who would you do this week?
Transfer in Salah or Watkins? I think Salah, because you might get 2 out of him. And obviously, I think you're going to have Salah in your team long term. Probably more so than Watkins, but Watkins is still a good shout.
You're leaving yourself open, I think, going without Salah. Especially, what is he on for captaincy now on our captaincy poll? I can't see that now. It's gone off my screen. But he was over 60% a little while ago.
Yeah.
DG Bournemouth can't decide captain Bruno, Salah or Haaland. Bolts. Go that captaincy poll, mate, I reckon. Trust the poll.
Bruno could be a good shout.
Yeah, I think if I had Bruno, I'd consider it. If you had Bruno in your team, would you cap him if he was in your team?
Yeah, it'd be close between him and Salah. I think he gets most of them 2 games, so he's got the potential of doing well. But yeah,
I think if I had Bruno in my team, I would captain him. But yeah, looking at this poll, 66% on Salah, 13 on Haaland, 11 on Bruno. So maybe go with the crowd if you're not sure. Nathan would have played 12th man last week. Badly put you off using max captain.
Oh, right. So he's obviously ruined his 12-man chip last week.
Oh, okay.
Did Nathan do the De Bruyne? I think
that's I don't know if that's Nathan, Nathan or not. It just says Nathan, but I know Nathan Wisby played Mateta, didn't he? 12th man, and it went really well. But he had João Pedro in his team, so it only really covered the missing player.
Yeah, tough one.
Garnacho or Rashford? Quick fire. Long-term pick. Long-term pick.
I prefer Garnacho.
I do as well. Morning, David F. Duran will bang against Wickham, says Steve Ricks. Yeah,
I
could
also
do.
Steve.
Tielemans or Garnacho?
That's a tough one.
I'd say this week Garnacho, but long-term Tielemans for me.
Yeah, I agree with that, mate.
David F is going Solanke captaincy. That's
I
a
like
nice
it.
differential.
I like it. If I could have got to Solanke, I couldn't get. I wanted Duran as well, so yeah, I think I've gone Kulusevski, but I like the Solanke captain. He's looked good. Solanke in that Spurs side.
See, I'm more certain that Solanke does play twice than Son. But if I'm 12th in, I just want the pen taker.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yeah. Ryan Kirk, debating between what will get me more points. Ned and Porro, Romero, Robinson. Oh. The thing is, a lot of people don't know Romero is suspended for Europa. He's got a really old, outstanding suspension from, I think it was when they were back in the Champions League, or might have even been at another club. But who do you think gets more points? Do you know what? I think it could be Ned. Ned gets Wickham.
Yeah, they'd probably concede though. Yeah, it's a tough one.
I think you get one fixture from Romero and one fixture from Robinson, one fixture from Ned, two from Porro.
Yeah,
I'm just going to slightly. I'm slightly going to say Porro Ned, but it's not ideal keeping him. Steve, thinking of De Bruyne and Watkins out, putting Fernandes and Duran. Yeah, don't mind that.
I'm going to take Watkins out though. I mean,
it's just De Bruyne, isn't it? It's just
De Bruyne to Fernandes. Yeah, I can see that. Obviously, with the injury doubt on De Bruyne, if he plays the Arsenal game, he won't be playing the next game. But there is rumours he might be fit for the Arsenal game. Yeah, I get the Fernandes one. I don't get taking Watkins out because I think he's a good long-term pick. Could do well against Wolves.
Kulu for Diaz, Porro for Veltman, Bruno 12th. I like that.
Kulu in for Diaz, Porro in for Veltman. Yeah,
I think that's the same two. That's the same two people I'm bringing in: Kulusevski and Porro this week.
Yeah.
But I'm doing Son 12th. I like Bruno 12th as well. I think Bruno's more nailed for 2 games, and he's on pace as well.
Yeah.
Look, good fella 808 saying Romero won't play in Europe as well. Good to see you all looking out for each other there.
That's it.
Richard, Rashford and Garnacho price rises. Yeah, both should be 0.3, I think. You can look at FF stuff for their price change predictions if you're not sure. Jonathan, great show. Cheers. Isak and Nico Williams out for Rashford and De Ligt. I mean, we mentioned we're not sure completely on De Ligt, but I think that looks fine. Do you?
Yeah, I don't like the Rashford move. Over the last 2 seasons, he's gone backwards, Rashford.
Bit of a trendy one.
Yeah, I do think it is. I mean, it could work out. He could rediscover a bit of form for a few weeks, but I just think he lost it, Rashford. I really do think he's just lost that, whatever it was that he had. But it could play out all right. I'd prefer Garnacho, younger lad, coming through, hungry. The 12-man Son. Yeah, I like that. And De Ligt, as we touched on earlier, it's not a bad shout, really.
We've got Gary Walker. Any decent replacements for Kamada? I know it's like shopping at Primark. How much have you still got, Kamada?
I did. He's gone out, and I did have a little bit left in the bank. So I've gone for Kulusevski, who is at
2.7 he is.
2.7, that's the one. So 2.2 to 2.7. It's not that big of a jump. So if you have got a little bit in the bank, then it's a nice option to switch to.
Yeah, the nearest ones I can think of around that are sort of Kulusevski. I think he'll at least be involved in two. I don't know if he'll definitely start two. Unless you wanted to go for like a Rodgers or Onana, but I think Kulusevski's a little bit more exciting at the minute for this week. Dallo and Madison or Porro and Garnacho for Phil?
I think that's pretty even. I think they could do as well as each other. Gun to the head, I'd go Porro and Garnacho.
I like Madison. I really do like Madison. But I think Porro, I feel like Porro is a must for this. I sort of penciled him in for as soon as Europe starts. I really hope he gets two. So I'll go Porro and Garnacho as well. Ian, morning guys. Going for value transfers. Partey and Diaz out for Tielemans and Rashford. Get Partey gone, mate. What's he doing in there? I mean, lots of love for Rashford. We've mentioned Rashford quite a few times, but I love Tielemans. Do you go for Watkins as 12th man? I mean, I'm doing Son at 12th man because I think he could get two. I don't think Watkins is going to get played against Wickham.
Yeah, again, you want to use the chip for someone who's going to play twice, or in the hope they play twice, definitely.
I'd be looking Son or Bruno for 12th, to be honest. Or save it. Ryan's crossing his fingers that Ned gets Wickham. Morning, Sparta. Let's skip ahead. Brownie, Sky FF, faults Rashford with a 0.3 rise in for Diaz, going down 0.2. Tielemans going up 0.3 for Smith Rowe, who's staying the same, steering towards targets based on their predicted price rises. Yeah, we were talking about this before we went on, weren't we? Budget building, really important. Yours, what are you on now? Budget?
54.9, which I'm happy with. So making my transfers this week are more based on what I feel, rather than being swayed by taking out players going down or going up. So this is probably the first week I've not let it come into my thinking.
Yeah, I've been a bit mixed, but this one I'm not going price rises. I think Kulu and Porro they're rising, but not very much. But yeah, I understand why you got to do it. Definitely. Steve just saying Garnacho is a minute's risk. He's only started twice, but he's 3 goals, 3 assists. He's doing bits off the bench.
Yeah, he's an explosive player, isn't he? He's very direct. He could have had a few more as well. To be fair, Garnacho could have had a few holes.
Abdul High saying Kulu, Porro, and Madison, too many Spurs players to bring in. Mate, I've got all 3 in my team right now, and it's disgusting. It's just look at me. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, can't let it get in your way, can you?
Cheering on Spurs this weekend, not you?
More reasons to hate Ange if it goes wrong as well. Tempted for Robinson, ESR out for Dallo and Duran. Anyone else I should consider? What do you think of that?
If Robinson is your only singler, then yeah. He's surviving my team this week because I have 3 single game week players. So Robinson is the one that's surviving because he's just good for a steady 6, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like him. I think Dallo's decent attacking option. If United do anything, and then Duran. Yeah, I like Duran. I brought him in myself, so.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with Dalot, to be honest. The prices are maybe a tiny bit higher, but he never lets you down, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Dalot. Gets points a load of ways. Right, who's next? FPL man liking our intro music. It's good, isn't it? Tony, what would you do if the newborn turned out to be a Burnley fan?
Well, Mrs. is trying to get it to be a City fan, so but that's not happening. He's got his little blue and white knitted rattle. He was born in Burnley. Weirdly, there's weird stories. So around here, we only have one hospital that is basically the birthing centre, which is Burnley. So Blackburn has the accident and emergency. Burnley has the birthing unit. But the first two kids managed to do them get them out in the birthing unit in Blackburn. So the first two kids are before we got married, so they're known as bastards, and that's what Burnley like to call us. And they were born in Blackburn. So we have been married since, and now we've had a child, which isn't a bastard now because we are married. But this one's a dingle. So born in Burnley.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Right. Porro and Kulusevski, or Porro and Brennan Johnson, or Porro and Garnacho. Wow. You've gone Kulu. Oh, but I guess budget.
If I could reach Porro, I would probably take Duran out, put Porro in, and do Duran as 12 man. That's what I'd do. But I can't reach Porro, so I'm just playing Duran in. So for me, it's Porro and Kulusevski.
I just think out of Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, and Garnacho, I think they're all good, but Porro Kulusevski 2.7 compared to what 3.1 and 3.6.
Yeah,
I don't think the price difference is. Well, the price difference is bigger than what I think the points difference is going to be. I think.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Ndidi from Leicester? He's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, we had that. Did we not have an Ndidi question on the pod?
Patrick brought him to our attention. Yeah.
And Ben poured cold water all over it, didn't he? Our resident Leicester fan. So
of course he wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I'll go with
that. We've got a champion in the house, people. Jeff Hannell. Good morning,
Good morning,
mate.
Jeff.
Good to see you.
Hope you're well, mate.
Last year's Dream Team winner. Morning, Miss Noopy. Strangely enough, keeping Ned. Might be rotated in this week, taking out Murillo instead. Does this sound mad or okay? The only thing is, I don't know, is Murillo going to play? But I think he's going to get that nice rise, isn't he? 7 points last week for the clean sheet against Liverpool. That's the only thing I'd think if you wanted his budget.
Yeah, if you're still budget building.
But away to Brighton's not great, is it?
No, although they have been pretty good defensively, haven't they? Yeah. Onana. Are you going to say that he's not going to score this week and help Miss Snoopy out?
Who?
Onana.
Yeah, Onana. He's not going to score every week, is he?
There you are. Get on him, 12th man Onana.
50 likes, people, and apparently we've had 500 odd people watching. Currently 304 people watching. So come on, you can do better than 50 likes, people. Sort us out.
Come on.
Kulusevski, what a player. We'll have to talk about this later. Me and Conk are tag team partners and keep stumbling upon the same team. And I promise it's not by design. Strange tactic we've got going on there. If it doesn't work out, I'm blocking him though. A lot of love for Rashford. This has been the Rashford podcast, so we're not going to do any more Rashford. Sorry. What do you think of this? Michael Froggatt, Pedro and Semenyo out. Who to replace them with?
Pedro and Semenyo. Semenyo's similar price to Kulusevski. Pedro to Duran.
Yeah, don't mind that.
Be able to do the same moves as me, Michael.
Get the rise on Duran and get him out maybe the week after.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm going to use a position to play around and pick a bit of a punty one each week.
Philip, looking at Robinson or Smith Rowe out, Digne, Cucurella or Fofana for Robinson or Kulusevski for Smith Rowe. I think Robinson is more steady for points than Smith Rowe. I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping Robinson another week.
Yeah, especially when you can make that move as well. Kulusevski for Smith Rowe, I think it's sensible.
Yeah, I'd do that. Charlie, Isak and Matoma are out. Sancho, what do you think of Sancho? We've done Rashford to bits. He's looking at captain him. So
Yeah, Sancho. I did message during the week, didn't I? Saying I think it was after one of my baby feeds at like 3 a.m. and I ended up with Sancho in my side. It was actually on the back of looking at the Barrow game, not so much this weekend, but then now I'm seeing that he's in the predicted lineups a lot. That he might start this weekend, Sancho. So that kind of puts me off him in a way because I don't think that he plays the cup game. It's a punt. It's a punt. He might get both games, and if you could pick a Chelsea player that gets to play against Barrow, I think you could be onto a winner. Whether that's Madueke, Sancho, Yao Felix. There'll be someone, but you're running the risk that they don't get it.
yeah, because I don't really like the West Ham fixture in the early kickoff. So I feel like if you end up with that one, I'm not as happy about it. But I think Sancho might have done enough to start the Prem, because Neto got dragged to half time.
Yeah, he did.
LRB, Tielemans and Digne for Tielemans and Digne, Rashford and De Ligt, or Rodgers and Timber/Lewis. I don't think Timber and Lewis. I don't think Timber or Lewis will double this week. No. I really don't. But they're good afterwards, and I think Lewis gets Watford. Yeah. I'd go Tielemans and Digne for the long term, and I know it's not very exciting for this week, but we've seen that they both now get Prem and Champions League.
Yeah. I mean, for this week, if you're looking at making ground this week, Rashford and De Ligt possibly get two, so you are maximising your minutes. Rodgers, the man that should have had a big haul already. Rodgers, Jesus Christ, how many chances does this lad need? He's due a haul. I like Timber. I like the look of Timber. He's played well in the games that I've seen him for Arsenal. Slotted in really nicely. But again, he's only going to get one game. But the long-term view, you're looking at the Rodgers, Timber and Lewis, or the Tielemans and Digne. You're going to go a bit punty this week. Hope that United have gained a bit of confidence from that midweek win than Rashford and De Ligt.
Yeah, I think if your team's set up for the rest of game week 6 for Europe nicely, then I don't mind taking the punt. But if you've got a fair amount of players, or you still need more European players in there for later, I'd just go the longer term route, I think. Greg, Henderson, Porro, Lewis and Robinson, Saka, McNeil. Okay, it's not a question. Just showing us his team. Oh no, I see his questions a bit lower. There's a load of questions in between it. Mateta, Salah, Haaland. What transfers would you make 1.7 in the bank?
I can't see the rest of his team now. It's always tough, isn't it? Lewis, Robinson, Saka.
I've had no patience with Diaz. I'm using my Diaz money to upgrade Robinson. You'll get the 0.3 off McNeil, and you'll get a 0.3 off Eze.
Yeah, both of them have been unbelievable, haven't
they? We've got almost 15 minutes. Can't be doing any full team questions left. Let's pick a few out.
Some more European players in.
Yeah. Watkins or Solanke for Pedro? Quick fire.
Watkins or Solanke? Solanke. I've liked the look of Solanke.
But this week, I think Solanke gets the double. Fernandes or Foden for Diaz?
I mean, Fernandes doubles, Foden probably doesn't. It's all about.
I know. It all depends on what happens with KDB, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, he might want to get some minutes into Foden's legs. Obviously, being out for a bit. So, yeah. No, go on, Solanke and Foden.
I'm thinking Foden for next week. I think Foden's due a drop. Get him for about 6 mil next week. I'd go Bruno. Get his rise. Get him in for the guaranteed double, and then you could move him later.
Yeah.
I don't think Foden gets anything. I don't want to say it now. Yeah. I don't think he does well against Arsenal. That's going to bite me. Anyone considering Harvey Barnes? I'm not bothered, to be fair.
No.
Tielemans or Garnacho?
Tielemans long term. Garnacho could be explosive.
I really like Tielemans. Sorry, guys, there's loads here, so I'm going to pick out some that we ain't covered. Any team news so far? I'll quickly look on Twitter. You want to pick out some questions?
Yeah, I'll see where we're up to.
Trent starts, apparently. It's not really a surprise. I tell you what, this new change of deadline, I feel like has wiped out a few of the in the know people. Nothing really seems cropping up early now.
I'm trying to pick. Oh yeah, there you are. You can see where it's highlighted now.
You got it, yeah.
Yeah. Who's our best Chelsea shout for this week, given the Barrow fixture? I do see that someone's put further on down about will Cole Palmer get the game because he's not in the European squad.
I don't think he gets Barrow. If you're going to leave him out of Europe, surely you don't just chuck him in against Barrow.
Yeah, it's because it's much the same, isn't it?
And they've got so many options. It's not like they need him.
Yeah.
But hey ho, we're not the manager, are we?
Yeah, I think your best shout is whoever doesn't play this week, but this weekend, sorry, in Premier League. But you're not going to know that until after the deadline, so that's not going to help.
I weren't bothered by him, but I think I'd do Madueke, I think.
Yeah.
If I had to choose.
Pedro 12th man last week. That hurts.
Oh.
Unlucky that. Unlucky. Solanke or Salah captain? If you had both, Scott, I reckon. Tough one, that.
I'd go Salah. I do like Solanke as an option, but he's not scored yet for Spurs. I don't think he's going to be on pens. I just think I prefer to put the captaincy on someone like tried and trusted. I think.
Yeah.
It's a punt.
Tom Pincher, Guardiola, Porro.
I've got both, but I'd do Porro this week. I think he gets 2. What do you think?
Yep, same, mate. Let's see. Oh, this one for you, Scott. Son hasn't scored past Brentford, apparently.
Yeah, I did look at this. I go on Transfer Marked, and you can search how many goals they've scored against each opposition. And normally, if you search how many goals that Son scored past X team, it will come up. It didn't come up, but it just come up with a long list who Son had scored past. And I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I was like, I've not seen Brentford here once. But yeah, I'm going for it. They're playing like Roaslev, I think, or something. Right back. They've got a few injuries.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for Karabag, but I do respect that Brentford are a tricky team to play against. But yeah. I'm just backing Spurs' fortunes to change a little bit, I think. But yeah, it's a risk.
It is.
Unlike me.
Toon Lee saying he doesn't understand that Kulu. Don't think he will even start.
Everyone I know that supports Spurs or follows Spurs thinks he's been their best player so far this season. Hasn't fully reflected in the points, but I'm pretty sure he starts, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Trying to find the questions. Do you guys think it is way too early to use the 12th man from the Radu Popper?
Well, I'm using it. I don't think it matters when in the season you use it. It's not
Like
like
I
you
say,
need.
we discussed the 12 man. It's not the most powerful chip, is it?
No.
It's much. It's one of them. You just use it when you fancy. I think you've got to be a bit more strategic with the other two because they can bring you much bigger holes. But yeah, the 12 man. Whenever you get that feeling,
I just like as well that I don't think many people are going to have him this week. Son, for
yeah,
example. It's a little bit of a differential that I probably wouldn't put in.
yeah, definitely. Let's have a look. Kulu or Johnson, Watkins or Son.
Kulu Son. It's got to be for me.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that this week as well. Watkins surely only gets that one fixture, so and Son is probably going to get both of them.
The thing is, I like Spurs fixtures next week as well. Like I know it's away at United,
Yeah,
but they're teams that concede, and then I think then but then Watkins has got Bayern in the second fixture, whereas Spurs, I couldn't even pronounce the team that they were playing. I tried it on my pod. I just couldn't. It's from the Hungarian league.
it's always a good sign if you can't pronounce the other team's name. It usually means goals, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Owen Hayward, Garnacho or Fernandez. Between them two, obviously they're completely different price points, but yeah, between them two, I'd go Fernandez. Penalties.
Too early for chips. Why are you using them now? I don't think
Yeah,
it matters, mate. On the 12th, anyway. I think the max captain and the 12th, you can bring anyone in, any value. But I feel like with the goal bonus and the max captain, you can have a higher value squad with better players. So I do think that plays into having it later.
yeah. I think Bexy replies pretty good. Saving 12 man for later in the season doesn't mean you're going to use it better or get more points. You can still get a 2-pointer even with a 6 mil double game week striker later in the year versus now.
Yeah, people used it on Watkins last week and smashed it.
Yeah, Mateta, was it Nathan Wisby?
You just got to have the luck of the week, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. Where else are we? Just touch up here. Where's he gone?
9 minutes, by the way. Get locked in, people.
Charlie Shine. Tony. Season before last, Rashford scored 30 plus goals. I think he scored 17 Premier League goals the season before last. He scored. Let's have a look. I mean, there's no detracting away from Rashford being shy.
To be fair, Rashford has dropped a load of workout videos, and it's gone well since that. It was on the bag when he was on the bag, on the punching bag, medicine balls on his ab.
I mean, is that what he's concentrating on? Is he doing a Jesse Lingard? Is he going into fitness like Jesse Lingard went into the clothing range? In 37 league games, he scored 8 goals. I tell you what, Charlie. I tell you what we'll do. We'll make a truce, mate. If Rashford scores 20 league goals this season, I will pod in a United shirt.
20 goals.
20 league goals.
Oh, league goals. Okay. Clip that one. What minute was this? 44 minutes. 30.
Let's United are getting a hard time off me because, well, they should be better.
20 league goals, Tony, Man United shirt. You ain't getting away with that. Charlie, you heard it, mate. All 280 people heard that. Right, 8 minutes left. Apparently Jota starts, but I don't recognise the account name, so yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit of a surprise. Is I'm sure we've seen Nunes was Nunes tipped to start and
Jota starts, Nunes bench. So it's whatever happens with Gakpo, I suppose, is the interesting one.
Yeah, that's the big one. The Diaz and Gakpo. Obviously, Gakpo had a decent game, didn't he, midweek?
I think Diaz will start, but just guessing. Yeah, Daniel. Cheers, Daniel. He's going to remember it.
Yeah. He'll definitely remember that.
He won't let that slide.
Another United fan coming from him.
A lot of people like him. Rashford, Mike White, asking Garnacho or Rashford, can't decide. Matt T is saying Rashford is more nailed, which I do think
Yeah.
Rashford's more nailed than Garnacho. Garnacho for some reason hasn't been starting. Cheers for the super chat, Mike. Garnacho or Rashford this week? Look, I
After
feel
what
like
I've just said, Garnacho.
if I was choosing to put in my team, I'd go Garnacho because I think he's going to break in and starting, and I'd keep him longer term. But for this one-off week, if it was just a 1 week punt, I think maybe Rashford. But I really like Garnacho. Flip a coin, man. Sorry, both on it after their great performances against Barnsley. Fernandes or Watkins? Bruno this week. Bruno.
Yeah, two for one.
All these questions are kind of like this week or long term, almost, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I think, and I always try to attack 2 weeks. That's what I did last season. Tried to play as a 2 week game. I think you can't go much wrong there.
Cheers, Mike, for the super chat, by the way.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Do you think Solanke plays both games? I think he does.
Yeah. I think you've got to go strong. I think you've got that little warning shot against Coventry.
12th man Son, captain in Brennan Johnson. That's a madness. Brennan Johnson. Quick, Ian, tell us why.
Yeah, I'd probably do that the other way around.
I mean, you can't. Oh yeah, if you can transfer him in, but I'm guessing
if you can get to Son, obviously, yeah, budget depending.
When will we show teams? Do you want to quickly just say what your team is? I don't know
I'll run through mine. I'm not changing it. I'm not. I'm not making.
You might be able to screen share. Do you reckon? Is that risky?
Well, I've not got any pouring on.
Not for that reason. Hang on, I got my team. I got my team up, so I can quickly just show you mine, and then I'll take it off. There you go. That's mine. I'm going Porro in for Robinson. I'm going Kulusevski in for Diaz, Luis Diaz, captain in Salah, and I'm 12th man in Son. That's me.
Yep, I like it.
Stop sharing. There you go.
Where are they? Share screen. That's the one. Here we go. Martinez in goal. Robinson, Trent, Vardiol, Diaz, Kulusevski coming in for Mitoma. Saka, Rogers, Duran coming in for Kamada, captain Salah, and Haaland.
Nice. There you go. That's when we'll show our teams.
Yeah, Charlie likes that deal.
Yeah, Charlie. I like that deal, to be fair. Spices things up a bit.
Come on, Crystal Palace.
Watkins, 12th man, a good shout. I don't think he's going to start too. Watkins.
No. Again, when we're talking about your boosters, doubles.
Yeah.
Always play on doubles.
I mean, I'm not 100% certain. I'm maybe like 75% that Son gets Europe, but I feel like there's more of a chance that Son gets Europe than Watkins gets Carabao. I think they don't need him. They've got Duran, I think. Daniel, 3 minutes to make his team look like you.
You don't want to make it look like mine, which I've had this season, but yeah, I'm feeling good about this week. I'm feeling good because I'm not budget building. Got my budget now, I think.
Ian's got a fair point, actually. This is sort of why I'm targeting. I've got Madison, Kulusevski, Son. Karabag concede heavily versus the English. I had a look back and they've had some pastings from Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea. I know different years. It was a while ago, but like, yeah, I doubt they've got much better. I don't think they've really closed the gap on the Premier League over in Azerbaijan. I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, lock in, guys. 1 minute, or 2 minutes.
Yeah, just make sure I press confirm.
Oh, I'll keep refreshing just in case.
Yeah.
Who's your cap?
Salah. I can't. I can't not. After him costing me the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You just know how the story goes. I'd like to have a bit more Spurs attacking assets in there. Could have swapped man Sonny.
Sonny.
Yeah, I'd flip a coin. Obviously, Son's got penalties, so but either could bang it. You could go into this game with Kulusevski and Son, and Solanke and Brennan Johnson go mental.
Yeah,
That is what could happen.
it's just how it goes. Just take my approach. Get the whole Spurs team in, and then hopefully someone gets Karabakh.
Oh, you just know they're going to beat 1-0 off Brentford.
And Karabakh.
Yeah.
Cameron Rogers.
I've just seen that. Obviously, he's been listening to my advice about Rashford and captaining him.
People are just backing him now because they want you in the shirt. That's what it is.
I don't think there's ever been a United shirt in my household. Even the little lad, he's got like loads of random shirts. He's even got a Liverpool one, which I thought was getting close to he's got Spurs ones. He's got the brand new Arsenal kit. But yeah, no United shirts or Burnley shirts.
I'm interested to know how Ian does with his Brennan captain.
Good luck with it. It could be an absolute masterstroke. Yeah, nice one, Dan. That saves me buying one, doesn't it?
That's it. We've passed. Give it a minute, and I'll check if FF stuff is still updating with the transfers in and out real quick, and then we'll shoot. I think. Is Scott going to have to practice his Hungarian with 3 Spurs players in next week? I think I will be. I was trying to look at the fixture ticker for it, and like it's bad when it's just an abbreviation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, best of luck to everyone. It's nice to have double game weeks.
Hang on. I almost got it. Yeah.
Going for Spurs and I'm a Grooners fan.
Oh, here you go. Mike's listening. Transfers in and out. He'll bring back next week. No rush, Mike. You've done some cracking stuff for us with this price change prediction.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, actually, seeing as we're here. Obviously, the deadline has just passed, but if I share my screen with you here, let's do a quick. So on FF stuff, obviously deadline's just passed, but they've got this price change predictions. So they'll tell you what they think each player is going to go up by each week. So you get all the 0.3s, the 0.2s, and 0.1s. So it helps out with your planning. We haven't got to guess it anymore. That's pretty handy. And then this one here as well. I think it might mess it up a little bit just because the deadline is just passing. Yeah, that they'll give you the price change predictions for the week. No one's played, so it's not going to work right now. But it will tell you what each of your team is expected to rise So yeah, check out FF stuff. That's where I get my fixture grid from as well. Should we have a
My
look
team, my team has stayed 54.9 value. Salah went down 0.1, Diaz 0.2, which was covered by a Robinson 0.1. Was it Robinson 0.1 rise? Yeah, Rodgers 0.1 rise, and who else went up? Duran 0.1. So my team values as it is, but I've played who I believe to be a couple of lowly owned. Kulusevski's ownership 2.4%.
Nice.
I thought that had been higher.
I've gone to 54.6. My total value.
Decent.
0.4 up.
It's probably what you need for.
Not massive.
John Duran is higher owned than Kulusevski.
Mike's got to go, but he's just telling us that apparently Haaland is the most captained this week in the top 1K.
Wow. So Salah is a differential.
Game week captains. So we've got Haaland at 44%, 44.8. We've got Salah at 43.5. Hang on, let me just get it on the screen. It's better to look at, isn't it?
Is the price predictions wrong? Did Eze not go up?
0.2 instead of 0.3. But
yeah, that's about right. Start slowing down. You need bigger holes, don't you?
Rashford 3.2, third most capped. Then Son, then Bruno. Could be interesting.
Oh. Yeah.
Someone's captained Kulu.
Hey, good lad. Hope it pays off for you.
I don't think ownership updates yet. I'll get Mike to let me know what's updating when.
Just while I got you, I'll touch on McNeil from the start of the season. You must be absolutely kicking yourself with that.
I'm not talking about it anymore.
It's every time I see it, he's absolutely on fire, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm gutted. I'm gutted that you get sucked in, don't you? Like I was looking all into it at the start of the season, and I was like, the numbers are good for his price.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on a hot streak. Like he's not. I said this about Onana, but like
he's not going to score every week.
I wasn't expecting him to score the goals and the assists that he's got so far. I thought he would get some, but he looked like he was doing really well for bonus points, which he has done, and then taking all the corners.
Yeah,
like that team is massive, and he's done really well from it. But yeah, it's like this. I was talking him up all pre-season. I started with him, but like as soon as I think I had a really good first week.
Yeah.
And the only people that we're talking about budget building, and the only two people that didn't do well in the first week was Gibbs White and McNeil.
Yeah, he got a drubbing, didn't he, off Brighton?
Yeah. So then I'm sat there looking at my team, thinking if I want to chase budget. Like my whole thinking has gone out the window because you're like, oh, okay, well, I could get these two players for a rise early on.
Yeah,
straight away. Straight away after I take them out, I think both of them outscored my transfers by like 12 points or something.
Yeah, they got in game week 2. He got 5 points and then 10 points in the Carabao.
Yeah,
and then he got 12 points in the league the week after. Then 15 points in the league, and then 3 points in the cup. He's
good ad for staying patient, but like I'm not going to go back there now that the doubles are gone.
Yeah, like you see, you play the doubles, aren't you?
You can go both.
Like, benched, get away.
No.
Get away.
Who's saying this?
Conk.
Nah. Had you block someone from? Get out, Con. Not having that.
Teams are out there, is it? Surely not. That's a wind up.
tell you now, mate. You're getting a block in here. If he's spreading fake news, because now Mr. H is asking as well. Someone called the Anfield Watch has said Salah bench, but that I've never seen that page before. They've got an extra H on the end of watch. I'm not having that. Not having that at all, Connor.
Yeah, it's tosh.
Tell you what, though, I'm finding that page and blocking it if it's wrong. That's always what I do. If anyone puts out fake news, team news, I'll just block them.
Yeah, it's a good show. We're not passing that false information on.
How are you doing? Someone asked how your team's getting on. I mean, I know you missed out with the Salah cap, didn't you? Or the Harden cap?
Yeah. Do you know, I think when we did the pod on... what day did we pod? Me and Ben.
I don't know, I was too hungover.
Yeah. I can't remember what day it was. Every day blurs into one when you got a newborn. So, whatever day it was, so mid-game week, I'd gone down to 45k. But after the midweek games, I've gone back up to 30k. So 15k rise, took the edge off the week. I got over 100 points again, which isn't bad, really. So 30k at the minute, which isn't where I'm used to being, if I'm honest, over the last few seasons. So, but I think I've got the budget now. I'm liking the look of my team. I probably need 2 more transfers next week, and then I'm probably set with it. And then I'll start looking into booster plans. I want to make sure I'm happy with the 11 first. I don't want to, like, for example, this week I've got Robinson who's singling. Who's not a bad singler, but he's got a single. I've got Duran who's a punt. So I wouldn't want to use my boosters this week, but yeah, I can see it's building nicely. Hopefully, I have a really good week. Differentials do well. And
You just don't panic, do you?
Yeah, there's a long way. I mean, what we've done 4 game weeks. Going into 5th, there's 38.
You start making silly choices to try and make up ground this early, and you just free fall, won't you?
Yeah, that's it. We knew budget would be important. I mean, look at the price of Haaland at 9.1 million. There's so many premiums that aren't in the team, like Palmer, De Bruyne, Foden in my side. That to get to you're going to need to have the budget. So I think it's imperative you build budget early. I think it will start to play a factor later on.
Mine's been decent, actually. Probably one of my better starts, I think. I'm at 1.5k at the minute. That's decent. Nice. But like you say, I can't remember what the game was last week, but my week started badly, and I think I went from 1.5 to like 4.5.
Yeah.
I think it was after the Lewis and Vardiol halftime subs. And I was just looking at my team thinking, shit.
That's not a great start, is it?
No. But then, within like the next round of fixtures, all of a sudden you just jump straight back up. Like everyone's so congested now with points, aren't they? It's later in the season, isn't it? When we're like, we had it last season. You'll have a cracking week, and you move up like 10 places.
Yeah.
You're like, how's this happen?
Yeah. That's what it gets like, doesn't it? It gets really, really congested. At the minute, I mean, the rank doesn't really mean much. It's so, you get an extra 2 points, you're moving up 1,500 places. It's that, it's early doors.
Right.
I've got a few errands to run before the week kicks off.
Time for some breakfast and time to block this bloke who's putting out horrible news that Salah's benched. I'm not having it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've not seen it anywhere else.
A trio of Salah captains, and it tops it off with him being benched.
I just gave Connor a message, and he said that this guy's got like 20,000 followers or something. But yeah, I guess followers doesn't mean you're more reliable, does it?
No, fake news.
Yeah. let's accept it's fake news and hope we never see it again. Cheers, everyone.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be podding. Is it Sunday, Monday to our patrons?
Monday. We've got Fergie
Monday.
on, haven't we?
We've got, former Dream Team winner Fergie will be live with us and our patrons on Monday. Be out for everyone else later in the week. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.